A year ago yesterday, the last dogs were removed from a breeding hellhole in Virginia owned by a company called Envigo. And a lot of you might know about this already, but for those of you who don't, Envigo is a company that breeds animals to be sold and used for experimentation in laboratories. They had a massive breeding facility in Virginia that had been breeding dogs for over 50 years and selling them to be used in gruesome, cruel, violent experiments. A PETA undercover investigator spent 7 months documenting the conditions inside this facility. There were sick and dead and dying puppies crammed into tiny cages with no enrichment, no medical care. They would starve nursing mothers, which was illegal, but they would do it anyway and then lie to USDA investigators. They were breaking laws left and right, but nothing ever happened to actually impact them enough to cause them to change their behavior. And so finally, a PETA investigator went in and documented this for 7 months, and the results of that investigation ultimately led to almost 4,000 beagles being removed from this facility and the facility being shut down. And yesterday, PETA posted a video of what that place looks like now. It's covered in weeds. It's overgrown. It's empty. It remains shut down. But this morning when I was getting ready to come here, I was thinking back to what it must have been like for that investigator to get up every morning and go into this hellhole and see thousands of suffering dogs. Just the day-to-day despair of seeing this, documenting it, not being able to help or do anything that would expose their real agenda. And the fact that they didn't know what was going to come of this footage that they were taking. They didn't know what would come of this investigation. They didn't know that it would turn into a historical rescue of all these dogs, that it would inspire legislators, senators, congresspeople to write and demand that this facility be closed down, that it would result in a judge ordering that all these dogs be removed. They didn't know that. They just had to go back day after day and see this misery and do the best that they felt they could do to document it, to address it, to hope that they would bring about some results. And it made me think of us as a movement and the fact that it can be so hard to be an activist. We see things, we hear things, we know things that the rest of the world doesn't want to acknowledge, doesn't even want to look at.
Yes, preach it.
And we're constantly trying to bring that into the public eye to get people to change. People burn out, people, just feel alone. And it's so important to realize that we're not alone in this. And that's the importance of days like today, that we're coming together, seeing each other face to face. We know that we're not alone. We know that we're making history. And we can celebrate these victories. And we really do have so many victories. It feels slow in the moment, but no civil rights movement that has made incredible progress has ever done so overnight. And we're a relatively young movement. And so today, take this as an opportunity to stand together, to be inspired, and to know that even the setbacks that we're having these days actually show that we're winning.
Yes.
Ag-gag laws mean that we're winning. Meat industry campaigns to say that being vegan is over and nobody wants to eat plant-based, those are very strategic. That means we're winning. Because a few decades ago, these industries just ignored us. And now they can't, because they see that people's hearts and minds are on our sides, and we're bringing their behavior over to our sides, or to our side. And so today, celebrate everything we've accomplished. and everything we will accomplish. And know that as long as we keep fighting, as long as we never let them turn us against each other or cause us to give up, we will win. So thank you all for everything you do every day and for being here today and being part of history. And know that every day that you are part of the animal rights movement, you're making history. Thank you.